Okay, now we're going to move on to our next problem, which is 102 milliliters. And we need to know what approximately it's equivalent to in fluid ounces. Now I say approximately because we're going to have some numbers that are in decimal form. Now where you're going to find those are going down to the bottom of your sheet. Now we're dealing with these. And you're going to pull them directly from this list. So let's go ahead and start working on that. So if I have 102 milliliters times my unit fraction, when you look at that sheet, you'll see that 29.57 milliliters is equivalent to approximately equivalent to 1 fluid ounce. So we know that the milliliters will divide out. We end up with fluid ounces. And then when we multiply across, and when I say multiply across, remember this whole number is really like over 1. So we're going to multiply 102 times 1 fluid ounce, which should give you 102 over top of 29.57. And if you plug that into the calculator, you're going to end up with a value of 3.44944, something like that. But watch, your set of instructions will ask you to round it to 2 places. So always make sure you pay attention to whatever's written there on your quiz. So if they want 2 places, it means we should only have this many digits. But this number here determines if that 4 will count up or not. Since it is a 5 or larger, it will count up. So our final answer is 3.45. So that's our final answer up here, 3.45 fluid ounces. All right, now going to the next one. Now we have 69 inches. And then we want to see how it approximately converts to centimeters. So we're going to make sure you go to that bottom chart again. So I'm going to write it out, 69 inches times, and then we'll have the fraction. We want to get rid of inches, acquire centimeters, and it is 2.54. This is our unit fraction to 1 inch. Now we're going to multiply across, so it would be, and again, remember that's over 1. So it's 69 times 2.54, and that is 175.26 all over 1, which is expressed as 175.26 centimeters. So that's your final answer, 175.26 centimeters. Okay, moving on to the next one. We have 12. So we have 12 liters, 12.5 liters, and that's approximately how many gallons? Okay, so we're going to write it out, 12.5 liters times, we're going to get rid of liters and acquire gallons, okay? And then let me just point this out to you so you understand when on the test you're going to be using these. Here's a little tip. These particular problems that have these unit fractions at the bottom, you'll see right here, whenever you see an icon like this, you know that's going to open up this particular table. So not all of the questions have this, but these here that relate to this bottom part of the conversion sheet, on your quiz, you will see this little icon here, so you can expand this table and you can fixate your eyes to get those numbers. So that was just a little tip. So let's go back and finish working on this one. So when you look at that one, you'll see that 0.26 gallons is approximately equivalent to 1 liter. So when we start working on this problem, we see the liters divide out, and then we multiply across. We take 12.5 times 0.26, and that answer will be 3.25 over 1, and our final answer is 3.25 gallons. So that's your final answer, 3.25. Okay, we only got 2 more to go. All right, so now we're going to be dealing with Fahrenheit and Celsius. So when you go back to this sheet, you'll notice that we're going to just do a lot of plugging and chugging. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm sorry. So we'll be going down here now. So we're going to be working with these. But I recommend to just make, when you go and work with your Fahrenheit, you only have to work with this one because it's not as difficult. But when it comes to Celsius, you will need to use this one. So you won't need to use that. You can just use this one here, and that's the easier one. So let's show you how you work with those. So let's go back and work on a problem. So if we have, we're going to be doing a conversion. So if you see a problem that's set up like this, you have 77 degrees Fahrenheit, and they want to see the number that's equivalent to Celsius. So that means when you go to and look at your formula, the formula that you're going to need is written like this. So it's 5/9 Fahrenheit minus 32. So we're going to take this 77 and we're going to plug it in right here. So we'll rewrite it. So it's 5/9, and in parentheses we have 77 minus 32. Order of operations state that we need to subtract this inside the parentheses first. So when we do that, we end up with equals 5/9, and in parentheses you should have the value of 45. So now going to what we've learned in fractions, that's 5/9 times 45/1. Now I'm going to immediately, you can see how I can reduce this down. I'm going to make sure I rewrite this 45 as 9 times 5. So let me go ahead and rewrite that. So when I rewrite it, I'm going to rewrite it as 5 times 9 times 5 all over 9 times 1. And we know that these two divide out. So our final answer will be 25/1, which is 25 degrees Celsius. So that's your answer. It's 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, now we're going to do a problem going in the opposite direction. So now we're going to take 85 degrees Celsius. So 85 degrees Celsius. All right, and we want to see how that is expressed in Fahrenheit. Sorry. As Fahrenheit. Okay, now here's the formula. That's the formula. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plug this number in there. Fahrenheit equals 1.8 times 85 plus 32. Order of operations state that we must multiply those two numbers first. 1.8 times 85 would give us a value of 153. And now we can add it into the 32. So the Fahrenheit is 185 degrees. So that is our answer there. So you'll find that this one is a little bit easier formula to use as opposed to the other one, because the other one you're going to be multiplying by a fraction and a whole number. I hope this helped you.